Hello class, my name is Megan Wise and this is my 401. So Edward has some of the most influential works in Christian history. Jonathan Edwards was an evangelical Calvinist, as described in the book Jonathan the Exegete's Biblical Interpretation and Anglo-Protestant Culture on the Edge of the Enlightenment. Edward grew up in Puritan ideals. In his works, he was able to take the traditional values and the Enlightenment thoughts together and decipher the Bible and Christian faith, which is something that had been done before. He submerged himself in the scholars of his time. He was really intrigued by this. One person that he studied was Locke. In his time as well, Edward was in the center of conflict between France and England, because Edward was in America. And as described in the book, Jonathan Edwards in Scripture, Biblical Exegesis in British North America, France was a Catholic nation and England was Protestant, and that's where that confrontation kind of came from. Now, Edward was an advocate for the English throne, and he even puts in some of his sermons that people should go out and fight for their country. And he, of course, supported this through biblical context and everything. But he definitely was for people going out to fight. Now, in the eyes of John H. Gerstner, Edward had the best works in theology in all of Christian history. This is described in the book Jonathan Edwards, The Course of New England Theology. There was also a biography of Edwards written by Murray. And in this biography, Murray goes into a little bit of his missions, and that kind of goes into his legacy for today. And all of these works are described in the book Jonathan Edwards, The Course of England Theology as well. Edwards' mission was to help others have a better understanding of the Bible. And he did this through trying to find historical accuracy throughout the Bible, and he wanted to help in the church's faithfulness as well. That is what all of his ministries were about. Now, provided the fact that Edwards is still today a major figure to be studied, his legacy is still going on today. Scholars are still deciphering all of his information. They go through it, go through his works through different point of views, which is really interesting. And because of that, his thoughts and ideas are still in the minds of today's society and will be to come, because there is a lot to understand and get from Jonathan Edwards, from what I've found so far.